in to fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer today. I'm here with Nick Hunter, one of our fantastic senior engineers who many of you know as being constantly on the show, sharing all this really cool FileMaker tricks, tips and tricks with us, all sorts of stuff. We recently completed a Chat GPT series, and now we're doing some stuff with web scraping. Speaking of which, let's pull up our broadcast schedule. So there has been a slight shift in schedules. Tuesday and Wednesday will be extreme web scraping performed on FileMaker. Thursday will be with Hansa. Friday will be open server Q&A with Jacob Taylor. And then Monday next week will be MBS 13.3 plugin update. And then Tuesday will be secret #1 to database speed performance with Jonathan Ray. If you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We have our FM Training annual subscription bundle. 3 options. This one comes with FileMaker if you don't have it. It also has all of our video courses and some other stuff with it. This is really a really good series for people who don't like our live stream series. I know that a lot of people love our live stream series, but also some people find it less concise, and they don't have necessarily like the time to sit down for an hour and watch our videos. In that case, I highly recommend this series if you want to get into FileMaker and you're trying to finish out like your knowledge base. Like we cover FileMaker Server, WebDirect Go. We have a UI course from Nick in there that's old but still fairly up to date, I believe. And we also have, we cover like variables, relationships, calculations, all that jazz. It's also a really good course if you're totally new to FileMaker. For the rare people that occasionally pop up on this channel who are totally new to FileMaker and ask us, hey, how do I start learning FileMaker to become a developer? I highly recommend these courses. They pretty much cover everything you need to know, and they start from the total very beginning, like you've just heard the word FileMaker. Like, what is it? It's the very first video in the course. With that being said, Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marge. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for the introduction. So today we do the web scraping, extreme web scraping. That's the second day. So yesterday we learned how to build something where we can do the web scraping with multiple different web sources. Okay, not only one, just but with many websites, many URL, the same fields with different calcs. Okay, so we learned how to do that. So the technique I demonstrated yesterday is not just for this application. You can do this for many things. For example, when you have a type of calc, right, that is depending on a record, for example, so you have to say, oh, if I have this contact, I want this field to be calculated that way. Okay, so or if I have this city, or if I have this type of this status, for example, you can have a different calc based on that status, but without you have a completely crazy, super big case scenario, and case calculation, which is a nightmare to maintain. It's a nightmare to build. Just take out your calculation, right, from the field definition, put it inside the record you want the calculation to be tied to. Okay, and then use that calculation throughout the relationship. Say, okay, if the status is active, okay, so in that case, I want that field, for example, to be calculated that way. Or if the invoice is paid, okay, then I want an email to be calculated that way, right? Because it's paid. So instead of having a bunch of send email script steps, you only have one. And so if you want, I can, I'm going to do a demo today, but if you want, I can follow up on this. So if people on Discord want that, please let me know. If you're interested in how to use calc and script names, because we can also trigger scripts based on the field, on the record. Let me show you that. Here, yesterday I started demonstrating how to do that with, with a field. But don't forget that now with FileMaker, right, we have a perform script or perform script on server or perform script on server with callback. We can do this from a list of scripts or by name. No, this one, no. So what by name means, okay, the script can be, put whatever the script name is. And the script name can be in the field. You understand? So I don't know if I have script names here. Yeah, script names. No, let me see if I have script name. I can. Oh yeah, but I didn't create a field. But you can perform a script. So you can perform a script from a record from where the script name is stored in a field, and then you can even have calculation in that script that refer to another field where you have a calc. So it's endless, the possibility you can do it here. And if you don't explore, if you don't start using that technique of using fields, calculation, and script names outside of the regular, FileMaker, whatever, like set fields, if you start doing this, if you stuck there, okay, you miss the next level. You won't be able to go to the next level. So let's start. Let's start. So yeah, I can do that. Yeah. So Lenin wants the ChatGPT file. I sent to you, right?
Yep, nope, I shared it with him, and Topcat had a buzz for, I think people are probably interested in what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get all the application I'm using on this. It's so great to have her, to tell a script to do whatever you want on the fly. It's really cool. Okay, so now let's go back to our web scraping. So yesterday we learned all of this and stuff like this, and we get the code. This is the code of this website. Okay, this is a code, right? It's pretty much the same if you go to this and you use the inspector. So you get this, the code here, right? The code here is there. So that's the same code, start with doctype HTML. You have all of this is here. We have it here in this field. Okay. So now that we have this, what are we going to do here? I want to scrap information, right? So I want the property ID, for example. Right? I want this. I want this number. Okay. I need it here. I never used, but okay, let's say I want the property ID. So let's do this. I want the property ID. I don't have it here. I want to get that, So I hope, okay. I want the property, which is normally internally, I call that parcel number is there. So I should have here. Yeah, but this is a lookup. So, okay, property ID. Okay, this is my stuff. I want an ID. I made that a text because it could be with hyphen, it could be with, I hope it won't do like yesterday. It took me half an hour to validate this yesterday because I'm using the website of my customer, but the server of my customer, but there's a problem on this server. So I hope it won't take me for long. Yesterday I force quit twice and I had to wait until half an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So I hope he's not going to do the same. Yeah, he's doing the same. I cannot create a field.
It's the nature of live TV, as someone else pointed out in the comments. Live TV, folks. Yeah, it's just kind of the way
Yeah.
it goes.
Okay, so I'm back on my feet. So I cannot create a field, but it's okay. So let's go to Gulf. Okay. It's okay. Never mind. I don't need. I can go. So I can preview the website, you know, and let's say I want the map ID, you know, or something where I'm sure I have something. I want the name. Okay. I want the name. So I'm going here. I copy name, you know. Now I'm going to see the source, and I want to find out where is the word name in this code. Okay. So FileMaker introduced this in FileMaker Pro 4. I checked this, the find and replace. Okay. That was a feature introduced in every single Claris product in that time. You know, Claris Works, Claris homepage. You know, it was Claris FileMaker. So they introduced this in FileMaker 4, and it's a cool feature. I use it a lot. You know, this feature is available in layout mode and in browse mode. You know, but you can select a field, go there, and look for something, find, and replace. Don't use the find and replace stuff. You know, don't replace anything in the code, otherwise you're going to break it. We just use the find stuff. I want to be in all direction. That means it goes up and down. You know, it go up, down, not just backward or forward for looking for stuff. I want all direction. Of course, I want the current record and I want the current field. Don't miss this, otherwise it will look on all the records. I want the current record and the current field that I'm in. Okay. And I want to search for name. Okay. So find the next word with name inside this field. Okay. So I have here, obviously, this is not the one I want. This is not the one I want. This is not the one I want. It's not the one I want. It's not okay. So that's why that's why I took name, by the way. Sometimes you have a lot of name. So which one is the good one? Okay. So you have to be smart here when that happens. Okay. I want name with the semicolon, with the column here. Okay. So when I go there and I found for this, boom, I go straight where I want to be. Right? I want to be there. I want the name column. Right? So now that I found where name is located, is there. This is the name I want. You know, let's check. You know, name Nuzi, Zia, Lydia. Okay, so it's there. Right? So this is my name. Is there. Okay. So I want to extract the name out of this. So how we do that? Okay. By the way, if let's say you don't have semicolon. Let's say you don't have the semicolon, and you want to look the name, but you have so many names, so many word name in that. You know, you can do this. You select something after or something before, right? Because if I do this and I look for this, it goes straight there. If I look for name, I have plenty of name, you know, I have plenty. But if I look for this, which is always will be the case, in the code, I will always have this th stuff, you know, so I go straight there. But it's okay. Let's say we look with the column, okay? So now that I have this, right, I need to know where this is in the, what's the name? In that field, where it is, okay? So this is why now we need to learn about using this type of function, the position function. The position function has been invented by FileMaker for that purpose, right? I want to look for this in the code, okay? No, sorry. In that field, in the web content, in that field, I want to search for this. I'm starting from the beginning, and I want to find the first coming occurrence. Okay? And that gave me the position where this word is inside the text. So now let's work a little bit with this, and let's learn how to use the data viewer, to learn how to play with those things. Correct? Okay. So this is the position. The position equal this. So I'm building a let statement, right? And in the let statement now I can use those things, right, as I want. Then, so let's play a little bit. Okay, let's play a little bit. I want the text to be this because I don't want. So this is how we build clean calcs. Okay. I'm saying, okay, position in the text. I want to look for my keyword. This is how you do. We defined where, what, and then we have a calculation that is simplistic. Position in the text, the keyword. See, so now we understand. I don't care about this. Now, where my brain is going to focus is on the calculation. So I say, okay, I want the position in that text where the keyword is. Okay? So now I can use this as a result. And this. So now I can say, okay, I want to use middle, go to the text. The start position is this. And I want 1,000 characters. So now you see what happened. Thanks to the position, I'm positioning myself. Okay? I'm positioning myself. And I can now extract text out of this. Okay? So let's say I want 200, So I'm extracting 100. So I'm extracting text from that position. So it positioned myself at the beginning of the word name. I looked for name, and the result of this positioned myself just before the end of the name. Okay? This is why I can extract this. Middle says on this text, start at the position and give me 100 characters, or 10, or 50. Okay? Now, I want to do something else here. I want to extract the value I want to extract this, right? But I want to, because I have no idea if this will be 1,000 characters, 2 characters, 10 characters, 20. I have no idea. It's a name. That can change, right? So I want to extract the value, whatever the value length is. I want the value. I want the line. I want that line. Positioning myself here and extract the row here, the value. So how you do this? Well, I have the position, right? I have the position. So I want to show you, I want to teach you the logic out of this. That is a logic. So let's say I'm saying this. I'm selecting the text until this position. So this is all the text until the N of name, correct? So I extracted the text from the beginning, from the left, from the left, the beginning, until the N of name. What happened if, so this is, I have the text. I have the extracted text. Okay? I have it. I have my extracted text. What happened here now? If I'm counting how many values I have. I have 661 values. Okay. So now I have this. Correct? I have my number of values. This is how let works. You put down the text. You put down the keyword you want to look for. You get the position you need to be. You extract the text from the beginning to the position, and then you count how many values you have. It's a logical human process, right? Thanks to the let statement, you can put that in the table. Like, okay, I want onion, I want tomatoes, I want olive oil, I want, So that's what we do. So now I can do something very easy. Okay. Get value, right? On my text, this. So I have the value. So I can, get the value of the entire text, get the value. Okay. Get the value. You know what I mean? So I should rename this. I extract the text to count how many values I have. Now I get the whole text, the entire stuff. I get it, and I say, I want the value 661. So now I have the value. And that works for anything. Demonstration. I want, owner ID. Okay. I want the owner ID. Okay. I change this. Yeah, if I spell it correctly. Bam. Owner ID. Bam. I have it. I didn't change my calc thanks to my let statement. I have nothing to change, just this. It works for anything. anything, right? It works very well. I can continue. So let's validate this. Okay. I want the mailing address. Okay. Mailing address. Path. Got it. It's there. I got it. Right? Agents. Bam. So now instead of you, so now you got the process how you use that position business. You get the position where you are in the text. 184,000, the kind of, so that you get the position where this is located in this. You extract the text in the text from the beginning until that position. You count how many number you have, and then you say, okay, value equal this. So now I have my value, right? Or you can use my custom function that do exactly this, right? I have a custom function that do this, so you don't need to, so instead of doing this path, you got rid of it. Get value position, the search string. Okay, this is the value. 663 because it's agent, but if I say name, it's 661, like this, So both will return the same. Both will return the same. If I put name here, and I'm asking for the value number, boom. So instead of having to deal with this, right? Well, I have a custom function for you that does the job. Okay? So let's now, value number. So let's use this now to extract the value, okay? Value equal get value text. So I have my value. Okay, but now, right, I need to do something here in order to get this out, because I need to extract thing here, right? Correct? Okay. So now, what do we do for this? So let me open this. Go to counties. Okay. So where am I? I am in Galveston. Okay. So now, so here you can see how this works. So I want to extract, so I need this one, right? So let's copy this text here, this calc. How we get there? Okay, so you see, thanks to my get value position, we made everything like easier. Okay, so I use this, right? So now because we have exceptions. Okay, so it's not web scraping is not something like super sure that you will get the same result all the time. It could be different between websites, between even records. It could be different, but not completely different. You can have possible adjustments. Okay, let me explain. And that's why I came with that calculation here. I want to get this. Okay, this is the position for the city's address. Okay, so let's position myself. Let's go to the source. Let's go and see. I want the city's address. Is there? I'm here. That's the city's address. Correct? Okay. So I'm in the position 623. The value. Okay. If I do this, get value, right? And I'm looking for, so in the text, and I want the value, this, value number? Yeah. So if I get the value, okay, if I get the value here, I get all of these things. That's my value. Okay. And I want to clean up. So you remember the calculation I just showed you, to go, take the position in the text. We use the same technique here, but to get the position, but not in the text, in the value we extracted. Right? So in that value, right, I can look for a position in the value. For example, I want to look for that character. This, and this, those two. Because this is the characters that are always before the address, just before, because I want, the goal is to extract this. Okay? Okay. Well, position, I hate when it does this. So, position in my value, I look for this. Okay, now I know how to put a quote. I need to put a quote. Well, backslash quote. If you do this, FileMaker put that as a quote character. Let me show you. Start one. Okay. I know many people doesn't know that. If I do this, and I said this, it returned this. But I need to put a quote, and then FileMaker tell me, you cannot, right? So you put a backslash in front of it, and now FileMaker return this. Okay? This is how you put a quote inside a quoted text, right? Okay. So I want to look for the position of that character in my text, and it's the position 50. Okay? If I count from here to here, that will be position 50. Okay? So that's my start position. Okay? Let's forget about this for now. I'm in position 50. And now I need to position myself at the end. You know, I need a start position and I need another position for another character. I want to look for this. And it said position 31. Yeah? But look why. And that's why FileMaker came with this. Sorry, my typover stopped working. In the text, look for this. Start at that position and give me the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth you find. Here, I said the first you find, but no, because I am in my value. Okay? I am in my value, and the first to come is here. And it is not the one I want. In this string, I want this one. So, yeah, you guessed it. The one I want, it's the second, not the first. The first is in position 31. It's not the first. I want the second one. So now I have my ends. My start. And my end. So it's 50 characters. So to get, you know, the number of characters I need to extract is n minus start. 100 minus 50. 120 minus 75. Okay? You start with the n and you subtract the starts. You have your number of characters. And now it's super easy. I'm going to the middle, right? In my value, I start at 50 and I extract 50 characters. Boom. Yes, but no. Right? Something wrong. First, the position function in FileMaker position itself at the beginning of the two characters I look for. I look for two characters. The position will start here. Will start at before the first. So yeah, I need to say, yeah, the position of start is before the two characters, but add 2 to ignore those 3 characters. If I'm asking for another character, I need to say plus 3. You understand? Here I have 2 characters, so I need to add 2 at the position of start. Start before the 2 and add 2 to get over the 2. Okay? So now it's great. It is great. But yes and no. Always, 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 or Cassie, you know, almost always. Okay? It comes with this piece of bleep in the middle. You know, it's coded characters, you know. It comes always. It's always there. Always, 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 always. Okay. And if it's not, sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. Okay, never mind. I use a substitute. That's okay. If you find this piece of bleep, okay, substitute it. Right? Right? So now, right? So I have my, my stuff, right? So here I add a blank, but it should be a nothing. So now I have the address extracted, okay? But this code is valid for many things, not just for the address, okay? So here I have the address. So this code, I can copy it and paste it here, okay? But I can reuse the same type of code, right? I can use the same type for many other things. Yeah, here. Yeah, this is different. This, for example, okay? So here, let's say I have the legal description, or I want to get something else, something with where I have some problems to position myself. See that there, I have two type of calcs that almost the same. Let me go to another, because sometimes you have issues. Yeah, this one. No. They're all the same. See, they're all the same type of calc, because this calc is working almost for the same. Okay, yeah, this one, the legal description in Montgomery. Okay. Oops, not mom. Okay. Here I have the code, and I want the legal description. But here we have another problem. And this is the problem, right? It is not in the same line, right? It is not, okay? So here we have two ways to address this. So let's do the first way. But, that's the good way, okay? So that's the legal description. I got it right. Okay, I got it right. But here's the problem. So I explain. The start value is okay. The value is okay. So why I am not using this, for example? Why I'm not using this? Why I'm not using this? Yeah, because I don't have the value number, because the middle value, it position myself where I should be. Okay. So why I'm not using the get value, so why I'm not using this? Why I'm using the middle value instead of the get value? Get value return me one value, the value number. the get value, if I said get values, get value text, I want the value 1, 2, 3, it returns one value, one. Okay? If I want to this, it returns one value. I cannot say, if I want multiple values, right? I need the middle value. Why? Because middle value, in that case, give me a lot of flexibility. So let me explain. Here I have a problem because description, I'm positioning myself on legal description. That's cool. Okay. But the value I'm inserting in is 2 values away. Okay. And I could say get value plus 2, for example. Yes, but I have an advantage with the middle value is that I can say, okay, start where I tell you to start, right? Start where I want you to start, the start value, okay? But give me one value, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can ask for many values, right? You can add as many you want. And here, I need 3 values. 3, not 1. And now I can extract from this text, right? From this text, from this text, I can now extract my stuff. I can start from here and from here. So I'm start from this, but I don't want the first occurrence of this because it's here. I want the second occurrence. You understand? So if I say start, I want, if I position myself on the first occurrence is on the 36. No, I want the second one. And the end, the same. I don't want the first one. I want the second. Correct? And here I can remove the 2 characters. So I have my numbers and I have my results. Correct? So this way of scrapping, to me, is the best. Why? Because it gives me a lot of flexibility. Because it's always the same. Always the same. Same calc, look. It's the same calc. Go there, do this, number, this, right? But you can say, why you don't do a custom function on this? I say, no, because I want to be able to play with those things. +2, +3. I want to be able to change this. I want to be able to change that on the fly, right? You understand? So I want to be able to manipulate, like here is 3, but here is 1. It's the same calc, but on all of those, what I'm doing is just, adapting, tweaking, tuning. It's tuning, right? +1, the second, the second occurrence, the first occurrence, add a character, change the search strings, so you can do this, okay? Right? So, And sometimes you can see here, I say, okay, oh yeah, but I don't care if this is NA, right? Because sometimes they said NA. Yes, but if you put NA here, it's a number field. I want that to be a number field. It doesn't show. It shows nothing, you know, because it's a number field. So I said, okay, because this website is a piece of bleep, okay, because they want to make my life miserable, okay, instead of putting 0, they want to put NA. Oh, okay, never mind. So now you know, in Montgomery, for all the numbers, I say, if it's NA, give me 0, damn it, for this guy. But if I'm going to Brazoria, I don't, you know, they give me 0. So give me the result. You understand? So now you know why it's cool to have the calculation based on the county. Because, okay. For that guy, this is what he wants. But this guy wants something else. I don't need, it's different. So this is now, before we go, I want to show you the technique when you have numbers, when you want to extract numbers, right? So let's go to Brazoria. And sometimes I have numbers. And I don't care about anything else, you know? So when you have numbers, right? Like this, I want to extract, you know, numbers. Okay. So a very easy calc. So yeah, I want to get something here. So what I can get, the market value, something yeah, the improvements, this one. Okay. So I search for something that I'm sure I can get, you know. So you know, to make sure in the code, I'm sure of myself with this. Okay? The TRTH before. Then, you know, I'm sure that I'm getting the right stuff. So my starting value, you know, and I'm extracting the value. Out of this, what I want is this freaking number. That's it. But I don't want the comma. I don't want the dollar sign. I don't want the plus. I don't want. So it would have been a nightmare to say position yourself here and position yourself here. No. The best is this. Out of this, extract, or I could have even said, you know, I don't want the comma, but, you know, sometime, you know, we can add, but I can add, I want the A's, you know, I want the B's, I want the C's. So the filter, this is how filter works. This is why filter exists. Out of a text, I want the numbers. And I want the comma, right? That's what I want. So instead of coming with a crazy calc, trying to clean up this, no. Filter, I want only this, you know. Correct? So I want numbers out of this. That's it. Boom. Right? Sometime, for example, the cap loss, I don't know if I have one. Sometimes this is could be a negative or a positive, right? And it is important to know if, I need to have a cap loss. Okay, here. Yeah, but I need to be on Brazoria. Oh, I have none. Okay, never mind. I can go to Montgomery. That's okay. So the cap loss, where's the cap? Okay. Yeah, but Montgomery is different. I'm back on this one. Anyway, on Galveston, the cap loss, where's the, okay. I need to include, yeah, but not on this one. It's okay. If you need to include a negative sign, you just include from the calculation, right? So you go there and and you include the negative sign, and you get it, right? Uh, so this is why if you need to have something to be that specific for one field, for one county, you have a calc, that's the best way to do because you can adjust and use the calc appropriate and targeted. If you have a set field, can you imagine how easy it was to test all of those things? I said, okay, for appraised value, you copy this, you go there, you test it, you tweak it. When you get the result, copy paste. Okay, go to the next one, copy this. You know what I mean? So it was so easy. I built all of those things in 2 hours. First, because it took me 3 days to figure out the text, the right calculation. But when you get the right calculation, right, and a calc that you can easily tweak. You see what I mean? Like +4, here I changed the value, sometime I'm back to this, and I say, okay, so it's depending on, what you do here. And here I'm for the agent name, I say, okay, if it's me, if it's a company guy, right? He wants to see this. Otherwise, tell me who is the agent of that property, right? So you can tweak it, as you want, but the calculation is always the same. The technique used is always the same. So do we have any question, Marge?
We did actually a little earlier, so I'm gonna scroll
Okay.
back up. There's kind of a comment from a student I'm going to read out that's a question-ish. The technique of get value will work on prettified HTML, but not on minified HTML, which removes all spaces between tags and carriage returns. HTML doesn't require carriage returns. I missed yesterday, so maybe the HTML is prettified before inserting into the field?
Insert from URL technique. Always add you carriage returns. You can see you have a lot of carriage returns. See? So it will be really rare. Let's do something. So new. I don't know. Let's have a test here. So I want to the web content and the URL. I want okay, this. Okay. So, okay, let's do this. So that's the code you get, you know, for a pretty large website, right? So those things, you know, it's pretty rare that you need to scrap on this. But even if you need, I don't, you know, I don't see the problem, you know, when you go there, you know, because you always have at one point the possibility to tweak it, right? Even if you want to scrap this here, right? But pretty much, you know, by the end of the day, you know, you want to be able to scrap here or, so it depends where you, if you want it effectively, if you have something like this, right? And you need to scrap this, right? Yeah, you can prettify like, like you said, you can do that. You know, but you can also be more you can strike more. Tomorrow I can show you how to strike. Here, the technique I use here to extract the value, right, is just because I want to make something faster. Okay? I get this, I extract the value, and I'm making this in the value. You know what I mean? So all the big work happen on a very tiny amount of characters. Because tomorrow, what I'm going to show you, right, is that I have 21,000 records and I want to update this, right, on 21,000 records on server with the scripts, right? So the performance was something I had in mind, right? So, but yeah, if you need to scrap here, right? Yeah, but it's not difficult, you know.
Hopefully that answers your commentary,
Tomorrow
Stu.
we can. Tomorrow I'm going to show you that if you want.
Yes. And then kind of like a general question, hey Nick, I know you're working on a client file and cannot provide this to us. Can you export the records in the count ease table exemption parcel for us that in the table that is the table with the calculations that are using and evaluate?
Yeah. I'm going to extract the two free tables involved in this. I have the count. I'm going to replicate. It's not difficult to replicate this anyway. You know, it's I'm going to replicate this. I'm going to replicate this. This is one table. I have three tables. So I'm going to copy the three tables. I have very few relationship here. So yeah, of course, that was part of the plan. I'm going to extract this, you know, and I have a few scripts, very few scripts. So this table, and I have a few relationship where I need to go, and yeah, of course, I can do that, no problem. I will. It was part of the, I have to replicate those, and that's it. It's not a big feature to reproduce, but it's cool. It works for anything. This application with the government website, it could be a good application where you have for example, if you have a supplier website where they have a price list, you want to go to their website and extract everything, right? So you can do that as well. I will, I'm exploring the ChatGPT stuff, and I will have a follow-up on this webinar, the web scraping using ChatGPT, right? Because that's something I'm working on too.
Cool. Thank you very much, Nick. Seriously, this is awesome as always. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. We will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
individual up here who maybe a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.